In the midst of the modern world's frantic pace, there is an invisible weight carried by almost every human being on their shoulders, and that weight is worry. Globally, data from the World Health Organization, WHO, indicates that anxiety disorders are the most common mental disorders worldwide, affecting over 300 million people across all cultures and continents. We live in an era of high-functioning anxiety, where 24-hour information access via the internet exposes us constantly to potential threats, economic crises, and unrealistic lifestyle standards on social media. However, if we dissect the anatomy of worry scientifically, we discover a staggering fact. The vast majority of things we worry about never actually happen. A famous study from Pennsylvania State University found that 91% of worries experienced by people with generalized anxiety disorder were false alarms that did not come true. This means we are spending our mental energy, our precious time, and our physical health fighting shadows that have no existence in our objective reality. Biologically, worry triggers the fight or flight response, releasing chronic cortisol and adrenaline that slowly erode our immune systems and cardiovascular health. Worry is essentially a misuse of the imagination. Instead of using the mind to design solutions, we use it to simulate failures that do not yet exist. From a spiritual perspective, the Quran provides a fundamental answer to the root cause of human worry: excessive attachment to the world and a lack of trust in the Creator's decree. The Quran states in Al-Hadid 57:22, "No calamity befalls on the earth or in yourselves, but is inscribed in the book of decrees before we bring it into existence." This verse is the foundation of peace of mind. If everything is already within the divine plan, then our worry will not change a single dot of what has been written. Many of us worry about our livelihood and financial future, especially amidst global economic uncertainties frequently reported by international news portals. The internet is filled with narratives of scarcity, yet the Quran provides an absolute guarantee for every breathing creature on this planet. The Quran states in At-Tahrim 11:6, "And there is no creature on earth but that upon Allah is its provision." If we observe the natural world, birds do not stockpile food in warehouses for next year, yet they find sufficiency every day because they live in harmony with divine law. Worry often arises because we feel that we are in total control of our lives, an egoic illusion that makes us feel responsible for every tiny detail of the universe. Psychology calls this the locus of control, and when we try to control things beyond our reach, anxiety inevitably explodes. Islam teaches the concept of tawakkul, an active surrender after putting in the maximum effort, which serves as the ultimate antidote to worry. The Quran states in At-Talaq 65:3, "And whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him." Being sufficient does not mean all our whims are met, but rather that our hearts are made content and tranquil with whatever result is provided. Worry is often a subtle whisper that triggers fear of poverty or failure, specifically mentioned in Revelation as a strategy of mental manipulation. The Quran states in Al-Baqarah 2:268, "Satan threatens you with poverty and orders you to immorality." When we feel anxious about the future, we are essentially listening to a narrative designed to make us lose hope in the mercy of the Provider. Yet hope is the primary fuel of human resilience, and the Quran is a book filled with optimism even in the darkest of situations. Worry not only wastes time but also steals our happiness today. As the saying goes, worry does not empty tomorrow of its sorrow, it only empties today of its strength. Cognitively, our brains cannot distinguish between a real threat, such as being chased by a predator, and an imaginary threat, such as worrying about next month's bills. Consequently, our bodies remain in a state of high alert, leading to chronic mental fatigue or burnout. Google search data shows a surge in keywords like "how to stop overthinking" by up to 200% in recent years, indicating a global crisis of tranquility. The Quran offers the method of mindfulness through worship and remembrance, dhikr, to break the chain of these looping thoughts. The Quran states in Ar-Arad 13:28, "Those who have believed and whose hearts are assured by the remembrance of Allah." Unquestionably, by the remembrance of Allah, hearts are assured. Calming the heart doesn't mean the problem disappears, but our perspective on the problem changes from something giant to something small in the face of God's greatness. We frequently worry about what others think of us, a sociological phenomenon as social anxiety. We are trapped in comparing our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel on Instagram or LinkedIn. Yet true honor does not lie in the fluctuating recognition of humans, but in our relationship with the Creator of all mankind. If God is with us, then the opinion of the entire world cannot diminish our true intrinsic value. Death is also one of the greatest sources of human worry, often referred to as existential anxiety. The Quran confronts this fear by providing meaning to life after death, so that death is no longer a terrifying end, but a gateway to meeting the most merciful. The Quran states in Al-Baqarah 2:156, "Who, when disaster strikes them, say, 'Indeed we belong to Allah, and indeed to Him we will return.'" This phrase is a declaration of release. If we belong to Him, then He is the one who will take care of us, both in life and after death. The nature of this world is designed to be imperfect, so expecting a world without problems is an intellectual futility. The Quran states in Al-Baqarah 2:155, "And we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger, and a loss of wealth and lives and fruits." This verse is a validation that fear and lack are part of the curriculum of life, yet it concludes with glad tidings for those who are patient. Patience is not passive silence, but steadfastness of heart in facing uncertainty without losing faith in divine goodness. Worry is often rooted in regrets of a past that cannot be changed or fears of a future that has not yet arrived. The best strategy is to live in day-tight compartments, focusing on the present, a concept taught by modern thinkers and aligned with Islamic teachings. Focus on what can be done today, for tomorrow has a Lord who will manage it just as He managed today. The science of neuroplasticity shows we can train our brains to stop worrying by consciously shifting our thoughts toward gratitude. Gratitude, shukr, is chemically opposed to worry. It is difficult for the brain to feel anxious and grateful at the exact same time. The Quran states in Ibrahim 7, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor." By counting the blessings already present, we realize that the list of God's gifts is far longer than the list of our problems. A problem we consider bad today might be a hidden protection from something far more dangerous that we do not know about. The Quran states in Al-Baqarah 2:216, "But perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you. And perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you. And Allah knows, while you know not. Our ignorance is the reason we worry, but Allah's omniscience is the reason we should be at peace." Belief in Qadar, or destiny, is the most effective pillar of faith in destroying anxiety. If we believe every encounter, every failure, and every success is part of an intelligent design, we stop protesting reality. In the medical field, patients with high levels of spiritual faith tend to recover faster from surgery and have more stable blood pressure. This proves that peace of mind has very real physical implications for human longevity. Do not let worry steal your sleep, for sleep is a sign of human weakness and the power of a God who never sleeps while watching over the universe. The Quran states in An-Naba 78:9, "And made your sleep a means for rest. While you sleep, let Allah manage the affairs of the world." You do not need to stay awake to ensure the sun rises tomorrow morning. Sadness and worry often come as a pair, but for a believer, both are opportunities to earn rewards through prayer. Prayer, dua, is not just about asking for results, but about acknowledging our dependence on the most powerful, which psychologically lightens our mental load. Remember the story of Prophet Yunus inside the belly of the whale, a situation that logically meant certain death and absolute worry. The Quran states in Al-Anbiya 21:88, "So we responded to him and delivered him from the distress." And thus do we deliver the believers. If Allah can save someone from 3 layers of darkness, the night, the sea, and the whale, then your office troubles or bills are not impossible for Him. We often worry because we feel alone in this struggle, forgetting that there is an unseen power always supporting us. The Quran states in At-Tawbah 9:40, "Do not grieve. Indeed Allah is with us." Divine companionship, Mayatullah, is the highest guarantee of security. No enemy or circumstance can defeat those who are with Him. Learn to distinguish between useless worry and productive concern. Productive concern leads to preparation, while useless worry leads only to the paralysis of action. If you can do something about your problem, do it. If you cannot, then worrying will only make the situation feel worse without providing a solution. Stop seeking absolute certainty in a transient world, because the only certain things are change and death. True certainty is found only in the promises of Allah, which are never broken. The Quran states in Ar-Rum 36, "It is the promise of Allah. Allah does not fail in His promise. One of His promises is that with every hardship, there is ease, a universal pattern that applies to all humanity." The Quran states in As-Sire 94, 5-6, "For indeed, with hardship will be ease. Indeed, with hardship will be ease." The repetition of this verse is an emphasis that ease does not just come after hardship, but is often contained within the hardship itself. The internet world today is full of doom scrolling, the habit of constantly reading bad news that exacerbates our anxiety. We must have the digital discipline to filter information and give our souls space to breathe in the tranquility of remembrance. Do not let your phone screen determine your stress level today. Let the Quran determine your level of peace. Remember that this world is only temporary, a short journey that is not worth excessive weeping. The Quran states in Al-An'am 6:32, "And the worldly life is not but amusement and diversion." If life is a temporary play, then today's loss is not the end of everything, but part of the dynamics of the game. Worry is a sign that we love something too much that was destined to be lost anyway. Love the one who will never leave you, and you will never feel the anxiety of loss. Inner peace is the highest human achievement, exceeding material wealth or political status. And that peace can only be achieved by handing the keys of our lives back to the original owner. When you feel anxious, take your ablution, prostrate, and let your forehead touch the ground as a symbol of total surrender. In prostration, you are closest to God, and in that closeness, all worldly problems seem very small and insignificant. Let us decide today to stop being slaves to what might happen and start being servants of Him who makes all things happen. Life is too precious to be spent in fear of the shadows of the future. Be like the roots of a tree that are calm beneath the earth, trusting that even if the seasons change, water will always be provided by the Creator. End each day by forgiving the past and entrusting the future to Allah, then sleep with a smile. For worry is an unnecessary burden, while faith is the wing that will carry you above all the storms of life. May Allah distance our hearts from useless anxiety and fill our souls with eternal tranquility. Thank you for listening to this reflection on why worry is a futility in the face of Allah's majesty. If this message brought peace to your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the QURANxINSIGHT channel so this benefit reaches more restless hearts. Let us together build a community more tranquil and faithful through a deep understanding of these sacred messages. See you in the next inspirational video. Stay calm, stay faithful, and let Allah take care of the rest.